Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, in the company of Captain Murray. Now, just now we've got an unexpected letter. Who sent it and what does it say? So it could be from our sweetheart. Return to London as soon as you may. Your sweetheart says you're a father, which if Mary's become a father, that's pretty nifty going on her part. Choose this option if you desire the child. Your sweetheart. A surprise for you on your next return to London. I have taken in a foundling. Choose this option if you're unlikely to be either a father or a mother. You. When I next return to London, I will bring an additional recruit, your child. Choose this option if you're giving birth to a child. So Mary obviously has a choice between number 2 and 3, and I think in terms of she's quite a dapper lady, and she's very modern and practical, so I think she'd probably be more likely to have taken in a foundling so it doesn't get in the way of her voyaging. So we're going to go for that option. What are they thinking? Is this some scheme of theirs or honest affection? You have a child. Return to London to look after them, and they may become the scion, allowing you to take 2 legacies. You have a child. Okay. So can we do anything about that? Let's go to London. Visit the Rose Market, new recruit. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, nothing at all. You don't want to raise the child, but you can't afford to. Turn away. Let your sweetheart raise the brat if they can. So what do we need for this? Unlock memoirs. Quality of lodgings is an elegant townhouse, a Z-side mansion. Okay, improve your lodgings first. Okay, let's do that. You can't raise a child in a room above a pub. Well, people do, but your sweetheart expects better. Okay, so we've improved our lodgings, which is nice. Now, let's go see our child and see what that does for us. Where is the little creature? Okay, so we're improving again. Let's see if that does anything for us. Rest in the rooms. What else we got? Back to the rest of the city, or you could click the London card to the right. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to get ourselves some memoirs when we next return. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but for now, let's have a quick look at the map. So my plan for now is to leave London, head north, go to Venderbite and the Tomb Colonies, and then kind of skirt along here this northern shore and see what we can find in this area, and then on the way back to London then drop in at the sisters in Hunter's Keep, and then make our way back to London. Then once we've done that, in the next voyage, this is probably going to be the next video, maybe we look at this area here, or maybe even this area down here. But for now, let's get ourselves launched. Okay, we can cut the lights. We did do some cruising while we're in London, so our fear has gone down a little, but I still got to manage it. And that was obviously the end of Captain Reginald, our last sea captain. But there are rumours floating about that when he stole the Rat Star, the rats actually put a curse on him, and that's why he met his demise so soon after visiting them. But Mary is a practical lady and she doesn't believe in such things, so she just believes that he mismanaged his ship, and that's what actually caused his downfall. But as she sails the sea and sees more strange things, maybe her practical nature won't be able to explain all of them. And maybe someday she'll be faced with the same choice, whether to steal the rat star or not. And then we'll see how her practical nature helps her in that regard. For now though, she's happily sailing around the sea. She's now got a child at home, which she's obviously going to have to take care of. But we're going to have to look into that more in the future. Now we want to avoid this bat swarm, so we're going to burn some fuel to do that. Okay, and once we get into the buoy light there, please don't make it to us. Oh, they did. Didn't do too much damage though. Okay, now let's cut the light, use the buoy, and just continue on up. And I think we've lost the bats, so we can back off a bit. Now let's check the map to make sure we're heading in the right direction. We're okay. So we're coming by Carissa's Point, which, as I mentioned before, may actually be where a lady called Carissa jumped to her death in the sea. Okay, and we're getting pretty close now to Venderbite. Okay, there's another bat swarm there, but maybe we can put in before they get to us. Come on, you can do it. Let's get in and cut the engines and dock. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So let's go to the Tomb Colonies. Okay, we're gonna gather gossip for starters. Okay, so that's our port report done, which is nice. Okay, then we're going to explore. You pause for refreshment at the Hungarian cafe. The coffee is dusty and the pastries are a little stale, but the gaggle of decaying violin players are skilled and surprisingly sprightly. They play, "Eat out your hearts, my darling." The king is tall, tall, and pop goes the weasel. With brio and conviction. Then they start on the old dark ocean under the world, and you realize the time. Your ship awaits you. So we got one new memory of distant shore, and that's all for now. Okay, but we did lose one terror, which is nice, because the terror is kind of still a bit higher than I'd like it to be, but a lot of that has been of my own making. Now we can sell our cask of mushroom wine, which we're going to do, and that gives us some room in our cargo. Let's see here, we could sell a memory. We won't do that. We won't sell our how about here? So we don't have any tomb columns to sell at the moment, so we're going to have to The next time we come here, remember to check if we can actually offer passage. And then I think we're done here. So we'll set off. We need to kind of break to the east to hopefully avoid that bat swarm up to the north we can see. Now I'm going to knock the lights off just to make it less likely that they spot us. Okay, there they are. So they haven't actually spotted us, which is nice, but we are kind of playing with our terror a bit much, so let's knock the lights back on. I think we should be just enough out of their range that they can't get to us now. And I like there that you can see kind of the shoals. Oh, I was going to say, I like that you can see the shoals there under the sea, but we run into some more bats, which is not good. Okay, go away, leave us alone. Okay, let's burn some fuel. Had enough of this bat swarm malarkey. And now let's head for that boy, so then we can maybe regain some of our fuel. These guys are keeping up with us pretty well though. Okay, let's cut the lights for a second, get through this. Okay, and then lights back on, and then drop our speed, and then let's send out the Seabat. So we've got the salt lines here, which we can put in at. So this is an interesting place. I don't think I've ever been here before. So some new adventure for us, hopefully. Now let's cut the engine. See if that's enough to get us in. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so into a nice new port here. The salt lines, two basalt beasts, cathedral size. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like, like rot. Picking. There's a supply dock below. Okay, so let's get our port report for starters. Okay. Now, what else do we want to do? Visit the unmakers. Muscular pick-wheelers rest on camp stools, watching your approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4, I wouldn't call us Station 4, it's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Most of them, some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes. So we lost 5 there and we gained 1 fragment, so that's nice. So we're beginning to manage our terror pretty well. Okay, so carry Sphinxstone to London. The Unmakers are here to reduce the salt lines to rubble, 1 block at a time. Help them in their work by carrying the rubble back to London. You will need a deposit and 20 units of spare cargo space. Well, I don't believe we have 20 units of spare cargo space at the moment. Let me check. Okay. Where are we? Shipyard. Shop. No shops available. Officer journal. Hold. Okay. So we only got 14 spaces. So we've got another long box we need to sell as well. So we've got our supplies and our fuel. Okay, so maybe that's something we can do another time, but for now we're going to skip it. Okay, and that's pretty much all we got to do here. So let's have a check of our map. Okay, so we strike out south and then cut to the west and head towards Hunter's Keep. That might be a good move for us. So let's launch. Actually, I'm going to have a quick look a bit further to the east. I want to see if we find something else over here. Now, obviously, the further away from Fallen London we go, the more dangerous the enemies are. So we do have to be a little careful in that respect. And I also have to keep an eye on our supplies, because we do go through them pretty quickly. Okay, so we definitely don't want to be tangling with that jelly. As Beyonce might say, we're not ready for her jelly. Oh, but he has managed to hit us, which is not good. Okay, so how about here? Is there another port on this side? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I think we've lost the jelly now. So Beyonce can relax and focus on other things, like Who Rules the World or whatever other song she has. And certainly Mary would agree with her that girls rule the world. She's a rather modern thinking lady. Okay, so it looks like we've got another. So there's was Patrick's lot there. I think I'm gonna go. No, let's just continue going this way. I want to uncover more of this area if possible. And while we're down here, we may as well see if there's another port report to be had. Oh, that's not good. Let's try and lose the pirate among the islands. And we definitely now need to find somewhere to dock. I believe the pirates have a dock somewhere. Ah, there it is. Okay, so let's go around there. We should just about outrun him. Ah, no, we're okay because he's got stuck on the rock. But Guidance Morn is not the most welcoming of places. Seems it is a pirate haven. Okay, so let's try to gather some intelligence. You and one of your more villainous looking sailors join a dice game. Villainous looking, but you know for a fact that she tides to charity and has a delightful singing voice. The topic turns promisingly to pillage and ambush, but your sailor is a little too forward with her questions. There is a scuffle and a stabbing. You escape, she does not. So we failed, but we did. We have gained 5 terror. We now have one of this, a port report, and we lost 1 crew. Okay, so when we go back to London next time, we need to hire another couple of crew. Let's try and overhear some rumors. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus class vessel. Whatever the truths, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely part of the sea where her flag is said to fly. Okay, so let's explore the morn. Okay, so we can fight or flee. Let's fight and see what happens. Blood on the stone. You smash a wary villain to the ground, trip over an incoming blade, leap to the neighbouring perch, and send its occupant down the long, long way to the waters below. Your shipmates dispatch another two with well-flung rocks. The others flee, leaving one corpse for you to loot. Well, it's the law of the sea. So we succeeded in an iron challenge, which is nice. And we gained 17 echoes. Okay, so as you can see, Gator's Morn is definitely a dangerous place to be. Or should I say Guider's Morn. Okay, so how are we looking? We've got 8 more supplies. So we could potentially cut a little bit to the east and then make our way maybe south, then drop in at Massey's shaft there and get another port report. So let's see how that works out for us. Let's launch. So as we're getting a bit more familiar with Fallen London and the Z, there's so much more to find as well, though. It's kind of one of those things that because of all the stories and stuff, the more you learn, the more you want to find out. It kind of draws you in. And we've got maybe something over here as well. So let's see if our Z-Bat notices anything. Okay, there are no islands at the moment. I don't know what determines whether the Z-Bat launches from which side of your ship, because I'd really like it to fly further up. I think there might be something over here. I can certainly see an island here. Okay, he's gone that way. So maybe we're gonna... So that looks like a labyrinth we've seen before, maybe? Can't remember if there's a port here though. But there's something down there that we maybe want to avoid, so let's pick up the pace. Yeah, definitely don't want the western angler crab. So that we've got the labyrinth of eels here. There's some kind of shark over there as well. Doesn't look like there's any type of port here, which is unfortunate. But it's a good place maybe to lose enemies. So I'm hoping that the crab has gotten stuck somewhere in the labyrinth and we can maybe make our way south, then duck down below to the south of Guider's Morn and see if we can discover something else down there. Now we do have to be conscious of our fuel and our supplies. We do need to make it back to London in one piece. And certainly our terror needs to be managed as well. We're quite a ways from London, which makes it more difficult for us in terms of the fear that our sailors carry. And I don't like the fact that we're down to 6 sailors either. But as soon as we find somewhere to pull into port, I think that will be the end of this episode, as we're getting up onto the normal amount of time that I like to make the episodes. Now there is something there to the east which may be worth checking out, so let's go this way and see if we can find ourselves a port. And let's send out our Zebat. Maybe he can help us in that regard. Okay, there's no, so we've got crab cake there. Okay, and there's no, and we've got a jellyfish as well. Okay, so we probably don't want to be going that way at the moment. So let's go back to the original plan and just find somewhere over in this direction to put in. Okay, so I've got some land coming up. And imagine all the while, you know, Mary is, as I said, is obviously a modern lady, but she is thinking about the child that herself and her sweetheart have taken in, and she's maybe growing a little bit soft. And when nobody's looking, she stands on the deck and stares back towards fallen London, wondering about, you know, how things are going there for her child. But right now, she'd be better off focusing on the pirates who are potentially going to attack us. So we're gonna maybe head a bit north and try to lose them around this island. So I think they spot us, so we're gonna go a bit faster. Okay, so we've got Ekans Rock there. So we're back close to Guider's Morn again. Uh-oh, we're right in the way of that guy. Oh, that's not good. We're on fire. Definitely not good. Okay, let's get to Massey's Shaft. Now, is there somewhere to pull in here? Maybe not. They're still pursuing. Luckily, we're either slightly faster or they're just not fast enough to gain ground on us, and the way their captain is zigzagging is kind of slowing them down a bit, which is good. Okay, so we can't, I'm trying to remember, can we go to Muppin Island? I think we can. I don't think we've been banished from there. I think it was Reginald. So let's put in here and see what the story is. Or at least we'll see what the story is next time around, because that does bring us to the end of this particular video. So if you have enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, posting a comment, and I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye.